Well, if you use AT&T, get ready for what is called Operation Chokehold. A bunch of bloggers, including fake Steve Jobs, are calling on iPhone users and others to flood the network with bandwidth-intensive applications. Now, their hope is to basically slow down the AT&T network for an hour, maybe more. The point is that they're protesting AT&T's plans to levy fees on users who use too much bandwidth. And here to talk about this and the rest of the wireless world is Nick Thompson, back with us, senior editor at Wired Magazine. Nick, great to see you again.
Great to see you, Betty.
Okay, so anarchy.
Yes,
here.
Absolutely. Bringing down the system, taking on the man.
Okay, so I mean, do they have an argument? Who's to blame here? Is it AT&T? Is it the iPhone users? What?
Well, what's happened is that the iPhone is a very good system, so people love to use it, and they love to use, data-intensive services. And AT&T's network hasn't really been ready for the crush of iPhone users and the amount of data they use, which is huge compared to traditional users. So there have been congestion problems on AT&T's network. Now, the argument that the users make is AT&T should build a better network. All these profits, they should put it into making it faster. AT&T's argument is, well, you guys should pay for it. I mean, AT&T hasn't yet set up tiered pricing, in part because they know that if they start charging people in tiers, you use more data, you get charged more, there'll be outrage and chaos. It's one of those things that people hate.
Well, and people would not want to use AT&T, obviously. Then they would drive away the customers as well, right?
Except it's almost a monopoly. I mean, there are only 4 companies. What is more likely to happen is AT&T could do it, then Verizon could do it, and then everybody's doing it, and then the consumers are stuck. And actually, most people, think that tiered pricing is just this horrible thing. I don't really see what's wrong with it. If you use more data, pay for more data.
So you actually see this, you actually think that could be a solution?
This is the first time where I'm actually on the side of the man and not the anarchist.
I know. I'm surprised by that, Nick. Just what could happen today? Tell me, could we really see a chokehold?
I mean, maybe things will get slow. I mean, it's not going to be, it's not going to shut down the whole system today, I don't think.
Okay, and I imagine, though, that no matter what happens, this must complicate the relationship between Apple and AT&T, no? Oh,
absolutely. There is a complicated relationship between Apple and AT&T. Apple would like AT&T to take all of their money and make their networks faster so that the iPhones work better, then more people build iPhones. AT&T has a much more complicated set of metrics.
Okay, so answer us this, though, then. Why have phone companies then done such a bad job? They appear to not have caught up with the capacity or with the usage. I mean, their capacity hasn't caught up with the demand, essentially.
Well, for a couple of reasons. One, because they have not done a very good job of optimizing the system. What they should do is they should have a system whereby when the network gets congested, they immediately kick people to Wi-Fi. But what the phone companies want is they want you always on their network. They always want you on the expensive, narrow network, as opposed to the large, free Wi-Fi internet. But that's because they make money off of it. They could make it much better by transferring people onto the other one. They would make less money, but it would work a lot better. So they have all that sort of clogging going on. The second reason is that there are only 4 companies. It's not a competitive market. Because of the mergers, because of the way the government let the phone companies do whatever they wanted.
They don't need to innovate. They don't need to compete. They can just sort of stay slow and grow slowly.
Whereas the hardware makers are in an intensely competitive market.
Okay.
So hardware is getting better, faster than networks.
Okay. Well, Nick, we'll have to see how it turns out then this afternoon. Certainly something to watch for sure. Nick, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Betty.
Nick Thompson, senior editor at Wired Magazine.